All right, guys, it's David back at you again with Express Auto. Today on the bench, we have a T56 out of a 2001 Firebird. This thing has been built previously. We can tell that just by the black paint that's on it. Somebody has been in this thing at least once. Don't know why they were in it, but all we know is that this unit has been built before. One thing that we do know is the customer has some performance modifications made to the vehicle. Don't know what all performance modifications were made, but we know that it does have a BTR Stage 4 cam in it, has different springs put on it, has some head work done to it, has injectors, fuel system, and that kind of stuff. This thing has approximately 120,000 miles on it. That's what the vehicle shows. We don't know what exact mileage is on the transmission. With that being said, we know that it has a problem. His exact words were the car makes a kind of noise, and upon getting the transmission, we noticed that we have some swirling problems with the input shaft. So we're going to take this unit apart and see what we've got inside of it. We may not go into full depth on how to completely disassemble the unit, but we'll see how it goes and we'll go from there. With that being said, it's obvious that whoever pulled it out did not know how to disconnect the slave cylinder line, because they cut it off right there, which is the wrong way to do it. For you guys at home, they make a tool that actually presses this little keeper right here in, and what you do is you push that keeper all the way in till it seats, and with the little special tool, it's got a little fork. It makes this a little easier, but you can do it with a pocket screwdriver if you're pretty handy. But we'll push that dude all the way in till it releases. And then it just falls right out of there. So if you guys are taking one of these things out, go get the tool. It doesn't take but just a minute to push that little dude back and release it and have it off of there. So we're going to start by taking the slave cylinder off, because that needs to come off. If we can get down to the slave cylinder looks like it may have melted. There's a piece of plastic stuck right there. Last time.
So which part is the slave cylinder?
This part right here is the slave cylinder. This whole bolt-on little apparatus right here.
Okay.
And the slave cylinder pushes in on the pressure plate to release the clutch disc to allow it to come out of gear. So we'll grab a wrench, see if we can take that thing off there. It's not good when its slave cylinder's obviously been melted to it. So we'll just take her off of there one little quarter turn at a time. I can get my wrench back on it. That is the slave cylinder. As you can see, it's a little melted. And now you can really see that we have a problem here. There's definitely something broke inside of that guy. But we'll get down to it here in a minute. So, first things first, we're going to take the belt housing off. Actually get it to where we can work with this guy. Customer's description was he was driving at a high rate of speed when it went kaboom. So kind of interested to see what we find inside of it. She's stuck. She is stuck. That's okay though. We'll get it off there. Get the bell housing out of the way. All right, now we can get to the nitty gritty. That's the tranny mount. We don't need that. For you guys pulling these things out at home, take that stuff off. We don't need it. Somebody has bent the living crap out of that guy and broke it, so we're just gonna bend it out of the way. That is not the appropriate way to do this, but because the R&R guy has not do his job, we'll take it off right now. Now we're gonna take the tail housing bolts out. Didn't think that was gonna work. And then we're gonna drive this roll pin out. We're gonna take the shifter off. Don't lose that guy. They're pretty hard to come by. Very important little piece. These tail housings can get kind of stuck on there. I like to lay them, I like to lay them on the side whenever I'm gonna smack one off of there. Ruh-roh, Raggy. That is not good, sir. You should not have that much metal in the back of your transmission.
Yeah, look at that. Wow.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say it's broke. It's a little broke.
It ain't that bad.
It ain't that bad.
Just needs some more fluid.
Yep. They weren't running heavy enough gear oil there.
Yep.
So, as you can tell on the back of this guy, there's some scarring on it. Somebody used a screwdriver previously to take it apart, which, you know what? We know that it's already tore up, so we probably will do the same thing, but start by pulling the snap ring off. Speedometer is stuck. That's probably why they used a screwdriver or pry bar or chisel or whatever the heck they had handy, I'm guessing. Speedometer reluctor. You got another snap ring. This dude don't even turn. There's something bad inside of this guy. you see that thing? Your snap rings should not be all floaty like that. That's not right. Like I said a minute ago though, somebody else has already rebuilt this thing at least once. And we don't know who, we don't really care, but somewhere, somehow, some way it's been rebuilt and it came apart. I don't think the problem's that gear. I can get my snap ring pliers to cooperate here. Get off of there.
You have an idea of what you think might be wrong?
Well, I'm gonna say there's something wrong with the input shaft for sure.
Besides that?
Besides the input shaft, you know, I don't really know. He said it just kind of all stopped at once. And I'm curious if maybe a fork broke and he got it bound between two gears or what, but it'd be really nice if this snap ring would just pop on off of there. Another pair of snap ring pliers. Sometimes the snap rings can be a little cantankerous. By golly, we got her off there now. Next, we're going to take this fork assembly off. This part can get a little tricky. Sometimes that slider will get stuck on that shaft, and when it does, they can be a real turkey to get off of there. Take that little guy off. Get that fork to pop off of there. Really not terrible looking. Definitely seeing a ton of metal in this guy. Come here, snapper ring. Get that guy pulled over there. Yeah, we're gonna have to get that other gear off of there. Problem is that gear is stuck. So see if we can't get down a little closer to it. For you guys that don't know, Stanley screwdrivers are the best beating sticks we got. Just drive that guy on back. Oh man, wrong socket. There, go grab me a socket. It's gonna be one of these sockets.
One of these sizes.
One of these I was hoping we could slide that dude back far enough to get up there and see something, but It's not looking good. It's not looking good. I guess we're gonna have to get that gear off there first. Now comes the fun parts.
What's that?
All right, guys. So we took a little break there for a second just to do some things out of camera. One of the things we did out of camera was pull this gear off of here. She was a little seized, and the reason we done that off camera was because we wanted to wear appropriate safety goggles and glasses and use all the appropriate measures to make sure that we did not damage or destroy anybody or anything in the adventures of that process. So, with that being said, we're going to continue taking this thing apart. All right, Caleb, hold on to that, dude. Okay, that one broke loose. Oh, yeah. I don't like to use an impact on these little guys because they break, they strip. You got a little tit on them. Don't wanna break your tits off. It's never a good day when you break your tits off. So we're gonna take this part off of here, take that part off of there. Bob's your uncle.
That's how you do trannies.
That's it. By golly, that's all of it. We're gonna take the front cover bolts out. I like to give this guy a couple of taps and then stand her up.
A little bit of hamma-lamma.
Hamma-lamma time. Now we're going to take the rear case half off. Whoop, I said we are.
Wow.
Well, right. Well, that can't be good. There's some pieces in there. We're just gonna slide all this stuff over here.
When you take this transmission apart, you just push that part out of the way.
And we're gonna pull our gear set and our... Woo! That shaft is still warm, boys. I'll lay that sparkle bomb off to the side. I just want the cluster shaft. May need some forks. May need a slider. Well, shoot. There's the problem.
And what is that?
That would be the input gear, also fourth gear. And as you can see by the amount of teeth that are not on it anymore, it is now a billy club. We're gonna go out and we're gonna find us some chickens to smack around. Holy turkeys. The cluster gear appears to have taken a little bit of abuse as well. You know, I think a good filing, and we could probably reuse this guy, you know. He's just a little
Just
broke.
clean the teeth out.
Well, shoot. There's the problem. The input bearing failed. Might need an input bearing. Wow. Well, to say it nicely, oh, yep, that gear's stuck. Ugh, that's where we couldn't turn it. And that gear's stuck. So, for lack of better terms, this transmission is, she's toast. She's a little toasty. And I don't think we can save this guy. I think it is time to buy another transmission and start over. So
That's too much to fix.
well, it's not too much to fix, but it's gonna need one of these, gonna need some of this, gonna need one of those, gonna need those and that and this and that and this and that. one of those over there, and probably one of these over here, and definitely gonna need one of those over there.
So same price as new transmission.
Same price as a new one, so.
So this is cracked right here?
Yeah,
Or
the
chewed out?
chewed out, you can see where the slider is just chewed into the end of it.
Which is
It's just chewed into the end of the main shaft, and I mean, this guy just done a magnificent job of tearing this thing up.
it was not made like this.
It was not made like this. For you boys at home that are trying to figure out how to do this, this is not right. And if this is what it looks like when you're done, I would start over. So,
Okay.
anywho, thank you guys for taking your time to watch our video and enjoy the absolute annihilation of a T56 today. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and we'll see you guys on the next video.